Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Zach.
And welcome back to our channel. Today,
we're going to ring in the new year with some pins.
I am concerned that I am not sitting in the right spot, but that's all right. We'll suffer through it, and I'll just assume. So if the picture looks slightly off to you, that's because it's a tiny little screen up there. Hi, how are you? I hope you had a very happy Christmas if you're in the UK, and a Merry Christmas if you're in the US.
And happy holidays or not holidays if you celebrate something else or don't celebrate at all.
War on Christmas. Anyway, today we went to the Kingdom the last time right before the Florida. For those of you who don't live in Florida, our passes here are cheaper than normal passes, but the price that we pay for that is that we are blacked out from going on certain times of the year, Christmas to New Year's being one of those times. So,
which is fine because
normally you don't want to be.
Yeah, normally in normal times, Disney at Christmas is a madhouse.
We went to visit the Leffersons on Christmas last year, and it took us 30 minutes waiting in line to get out of the parking lot. That's not a joke. Parked in the Grapefruit Garage, and it took 30 minutes to make it across the bridge just to get into Disney Springs. Not even an attraction, not even a theme park. So Christmas crazy at Disney. Not so much this year, but we went on the 16th? 17th, sure. Somewhere in there. So right before the cutoff date, right before we were blacked out for the season. And one of the things that caught our eye while we were there were the 2021 mystery pins.
And you might remember that one of our things is we won't buy pins for content.
Solely for content, yeah.
But we saw this pin set in the store. And
there's 8 pins in this set. And out of these 8 pins, I like 7 of them. So, and the only reason I don't like the 8th one is because I have no idea who it is right there. Maybe someone can, if you know, tell us down below in the comments. So
we have a possible, is that Scrooge McDuck?
Oh, you don't know. So that's Scrooge McDuck, Jose from Three Caballeros, Steamboat Willie Mickey, Professor Von Drake, I want to say his name is. He's from a lot of the educational films, and also The Wonderful World of Color. And then I believe that is Casey Jr., who originally was in Dumbo, but later had an animated series about him. Then we have Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, drawn in the new style of Mickey, which is kind of new. And then we have this I don't know who that is person. Maybe Mortimer. That could be Mortimer Mouse, Mickey's brother. And then Pete. So these are some deep cuts. I mean, you don't often see Jose, Von Drake, or Pete on any kind of a pen.
Or Casey Jr.
Yeah, Casey Jr. So this is a really cool set. Now that we've talked forever about that, let's open them, shall we? We got 4 boxes, so that means there's going to be 8 pins. So we could end up with all 8, absolutely no duplicates. And
you said the D word, and Dan from Dan's Video Mosaic said never say that word because then it curses you.
But wait, there's only 1 bag in this box.
There's only 1 bag?
Did you? Oh. He took the box.
I was going to try and pre-cut them because the plastic on these bags is
very tough. All right, I'm ready though. I've gotten my first pen, and it is
not coming out of the bag.
Not coming out. It's Mortimer Mouse. Now that I look at this, I think that is Mortimer Mouse, which is, wow, Disney, you went there. It's a Mortimer Mouse pen. So,
come on, give me the pin. Look, it's a duplicate.
Oh, it's a Mortimer. Then Dan is right. I wish I would have known this before I did it. Oh, and it's a Mortimer. But no, it's Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck. Which, by the way, now that I have this pen, I can now safely return to Animal Kingdom when they have character greetings again, because Scrooge will check your lanyard to see if you have a Scrooge pen.
And he gets very upset if you don't.
And there's not a lot of Scrooge pens out there, so I'm keeping this close to my heart. So.
Daisy does the same thing, but Daisy pens.
But I got
I
always have Daisy pens. So
it's Casey Jr.
Casey Jr. All right, those are those 2 boxes. I don't have any bags in these.
This was the one I actually managed to pre-cut.
Oh, okay. Cool. I don't have to rip them. So, all right, moving on. So we have 1
duplicate.
Well, you can't say the word. According to the thing, you can't say the word.
Well, it's already been said.
We have 1 that's a lot like another one. Now we have two that are not like another one. We have the Casey Jr.
If we got boxes that are the same, I will be very upset.
I still think that's a myth. I think they bag them up and dump them in boxes, and there's no, we're going to make this box and this box and this box.
Well, it's obviously not a conscious decision.
Right. I think it's just coincidence. We're very good at seeing patterns.
Triplicates.
Ooh, a Mortimer Mouse Palooza here. And Dr. Van Drake.
Professor Von Drake?
He could also be a doctor. I don't know. I mean, for God's sakes, there was a car that went to medical school. His name was Doc Hudson.
And finally, last but not least...
Yes. No whammies, no whammy. We have no Mickeys so far.
We have no Mickeys.
We have no Mickeys. And who was the other personable possum? Pete. We don't have a Pete. So, what'd you get? Oh, we got a Pete.
We have a
Yay.
Pete.
I actually prefer this because you can get Mickey anywhere, right? A Steamboat Willie Mickey and a Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey are only really unique in this set in that they are the new Mickey drawn style. So the new Mickey animated style Mickey, which was not his style during those two films. So that's really the only thing that makes these interesting. So as far as I say, we got almost every unique pin out of this set except for the Jose. So
we got 5 out of 8. If you have the Jose or either of the Mickeys and you want a Mortimer Mouse or a Casey Jr., hit us up.
Yeah. Exactly. So we do have one other thing. We'll call it a bonus mystery pin because we saw some mystery pins that were up on the shelf at the Kingdom, and they're the conceal reveal pins. So that means you can already see the one that's a guarantee that you're going to get. So there's 4 pins in this set. There's Stitch, Tinkerbell, Aladdin, and Pascal.
And we got Stitch because...
We can see Stitch because we like Stitch, right? So there's one hidden pin inside this. I'm hoping it's a Pascal. But we're going to see what it is here.
Just going to tear the box open.
Just
because...
a lovely presentation. It's now destroyed. Completely and utterly destroyed.
Well,
I've been watching a lot of dramatic TV, so it's like completely and utterly destroyed.
It is literally completely and utterly destroyed at this point. So here's a close-up of the Stitch pin.
They don't see it.
I know.
I'll do it later.
Is he opening a present?
It looks as though he is, yes. I mean, this is a Christmas present box. These are Christmas pins. So, yes, he is opening a present sitting on top of Holly. The plant, not a person named Holly. That would be weird.
Be very weird. I appreciate that they put a lot of effort into the plastic on these bags, but
it's a Lilo.
It's appropriate for the...
It goes with Stitch.
Yes.
Yay. I don't know that we really have a lot of Lilo
we
solo
don't.
pins, so, yeah. Lilo and Stitch. So that was a cool set. And we only got one of those, so that's all you get. Because just looking at the back, I did not know. I guess there's hidden pins. These are just the ones that we can see.
Right.
And then there's 4 other.
If I had to guess, it's probably Peter Pan, Jasmine, and maybe Rapunzel on the others.
Oh, that would make sense, right?
However, we did not buy the others, so we don't know.
That's true. Or, well, no, Tinkerbell's not a pet. I was going to say, because Stitch is Lilo's pet, Pascal is, and so if it was Aladdin, it would be a Boo. A Boo would be his pet, and then Tinkerbell didn't have a pet, nor is she a pet, I hope.
No, she's a very sassy, independent young lady.
Hey, if you like what we do here on this channel, then make sure you click on the thumbs up button here. Click on the subscribe button so you can always know when we have some new video, because it can happen anytime. They can happen just randomly anytime.
Yes. Maybe going into 2021 with vaccines and things on the way,
yay!
We can be back to the parks and pin trading and putting out content more regularly, because right now we go about once or twice a month.
Yeah. But it's very difficult, and it's very difficult to. I feel all right. This will be controversial, but I feel irresponsible if we blog at the park, because wearing masks is one thing, but the reason you're wearing a mask is to keep your breath from, carrying globules. And so if you're there talking to a camera, you're just spewing more globules into the, does that make any sense? So I just feel like walking around in a crowd and talking is probably just, I'm not comfortable doing it. And so that's why we don't blog at the parks right now. Also, I won't take my mask off, and it gets hard to to speak in those things
for an extended
to shout
period of time.
Things, yeah. So anyway, maybe we could just do an all subtitled one. Anyway, we'll be back in January, but that's not important. I was saying, what were we saying? We were saying, leave us a comment down below. And
links to our social media profiles are in
the doobly-doo.
I almost forgot what it was called.
Wow. And there you go. Until next time.
See you real soon.